Hey everybody, how's it going?
It's Dr. Lytle again.
I'm here with Shannon and Frank here, so we're just hanging out in the gym, and we wanted to talk about a subject that I think is overlooked by a lot of people, and that's sleep, and the benefits that you can get just from improving your sleep, maybe just doing that specifically even on its own. So maybe one thing that I could probably start off with is a lot of times my patients rarely have good sleep. So I rarely see somebody who sleeps 8 hours a day or even 7 hours consistently. It's typically they have major issues getting to bed, becoming less stimulated, getting off their phone, getting off TV, and usually their sleep is disrupted. It could be disrupted from like a nightcap if you drink a little bit of alcohol before bed. That will prevent you from sleeping very deeply. The vodka man. So there's a lot of things that can kind of disrupt it. So I'll kind of open it up to Shannon and Frank on kind of maybe some of the things that they will go over with their patients on improving sleep and recovery. So Shannon, why don't you kind of talk about the recovery aspect with the sleep?
Sure. So I think what I probably discuss with my clients most is how they position to sleep to get comfortable, right? So
You got pain? Or...
you know, whether, you have back pain or neck pain or shoulder pain, trying to find the right way to lay, what pillow to use, how to use your pillows. That seems to be a really frequent question. As far as pillows go, I'm not sure I could say there's one particular pillow because everybody's so different. So if you're laying on your back, my general recommendation is try and keep your neck as close to what I'd call neutral as possible.
I have
right?
one of those pillows that actually puts my neck.
Right, like a contour.
It's helped my neck a lot.
Right, so for some people they really
yeah.
like that. For some people,
I'm a back sleeper.
that's a little too rigid,
Yeah.
right? And that would be more pain provoking. So a lot of it's trial and error, really. Like rolling up a small towel, sometimes putting that in the pillowcase is helpful to be able to kind of select how much support you want there, how firm you want it to be. Side lying is sometimes a tricky position for people with their shoulder because they can't quite figure out where to put that bottom arm. A lot of times they end up like this, which is kind of a no-no, right? So there's actually some pillows out there that you can stick your arm through the hole in the pillow and sleep on your side, or I'll often have people lay kind of a quarter turn between their side and their stomach with that bottom arm down here at their side, or their side and their back, right, with using pillows to support the back side.
Support their back.
And then the neck doesn't tend to be turned quite as far too. The other general recommendation is a lot of times is when people are laying on their side to use a pillow between their knees to kind of help relieve some of the tension on that top side leg. So with the IT band in the hip. Especially for women or people who tend to have wider hips. There's a bigger curve for the soft tissues to kind of come over that top hip, so using a pillow in between the knees to just raise that top leg a little bit seems to be a big help. Those are a couple of just general positioning things that I find I talk about a lot.
Like,
Well,
do you go over that with patients?
Yeah, what I usually do is, like what you were talking about, like I tell people that, get off your technology before you go to bed.
That's sleep hygiene.
Yeah. And so a lot of people, that's what they don't realize. They get up and they will look at their phone and they look at it and go, and then that wakes them up. And I was always told you never have white light. Like even if you get up in the middle of the night, have like a red light.
Yes.
Because you don't want to wake yourself up. You put that white light on, you're waking yourself up. And that's people that make the big mistake of getting on their computer, you're just going to keep yourself up. So from an exercise perspective, is what I always tell people is you lose weight, you're going to be in better shape, your body's going to be more efficient, you're going to be able to sleep more deeply. I mean, some people, because they're overweight, they have sleep apnea, so by losing weight, sometimes you can, sometimes you can reverse that, and sometimes you can't. But I always just tell people that by exercise and getting your body in better shape, losing weight, your metabolism speeds up, everything else is going to work more efficiently, and it's just a matter of getting yourself strong, the ideal body weight, and it's going to help your sleep. I mean, those are the biggest things I always tell people as far as when it comes to sleeping better too. And not to mention a lot of self-talk too. I think a lot of times with people, just kind of calm yourself down. A lot of people, their minds going racing. Think of something that makes you happy, or think of something that makes you calm. I mean, and that's what I always tell people to do that, you know, because a lot of people, they're sitting there racing about their
Right.
whatever. And I'm saying, think about something that makes you calm.
Yeah.
If you like going shooting, or whatever, you know, I mean, or if you like to, or something, a place that you think is calm for you, something like that, and that helps your mind relax. So
Yeah.
that's why. So it's just tough, yeah, because a lot of people, they just, their mind just, as soon as they sit down, it's racing. Boom.
I find some of those meditation apps
Yeah.
are really helpful
Yeah,
for
yeah.
people too, right? Like a guided
Yeah.
meditation that gives you something else to focus on, but it's all calming for your nervous system and stuff. And a lot of people seem to
Yeah,
like that too.
yeah. And a shot of a tranquilizer would probably work. Huh?
The tranquilizer would, yeah. The horse tranquilizer.
Benadryl?
Yeah.
No.
Well, what's that called? Not ketamine. What's it called? Well, I can't remember the horse tranquilizer. What's the horse tranquilizer? I don't remember. But anyway, I'm just being stupid. But anyway.
All right, so we can always do another video in the future, a little bit more in-depth on maybe some medical things that you could do for sleep. But definitely, if you can address sleep apnea, if that is a problem, if your jaw or tongue is kind of protruding back in your throat and it's cutting off your airway, that would be something that you want to get checked out and evaluated for with a sleep specialist in a sleep study. I think another thing that you could do is maybe look at some GABA, which is an inhibitory neurotransmitter. That usually helps people to go to sleep and kind of turn their brain off. I think another thing what kind of Frank had mentioned a little bit was the sleep hygiene side of things. So there's some phones will have warm light instead of the bright light on their phone, and you can set your phone to that, and that would actually help to reduce the blue light. So it's the blue light spectrum that actually causes that stimulation and keeps you up. So
What do you think? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
What do you think about those blue light blocking glasses? Do you think those are helpful? People have to work on the computer or something into the night?
Yeah, I would say you could do the blue blocking glasses, or if the computer actually has like a feature or an app that will reduce the blue light, I think that's a good way to go. But yeah, either way, whatever you have available could certainly work to kind of help to de-stimulate you before bed. Certainly, if you're going to come home and from work and you're stressed, and then you're gonna eat dinner and then go back to work again, that's gonna work against you. And a lot of people will do that because they put kids to sleep and then they're like, okay, I have a little bit of time before bed, now I can get a little bit of work done. And I think in the most part that ends up working against you a little bit more than if you were to just get maybe an hour or two more sleep. You'd probably be more productive the next day. So I tell people it's better that you sleep than to try to get a little bit more work done right before bed, because that's going to disrupt things.
If you're not sleeping, there's a lot of things that can definitely go wrong.
Yep.
So it's important you get plenty of sleep.
So be sure to like and subscribe to our channel, and if you have any comments or questions down below, certainly put those in the comment section. And if you'd like to learn more about us, you can go on our description underneath the video, and you can check out our Linktree, and it'll have the links to our websites and our contact information if you do want to see us or come check out the gym.